Warning all the chosen ones. Do you ever walk away from a conversation feeling suddenly drained and hollow, as if a part of your own light was just stolen? What if that constant, unexplained fatigue you're carrying isn't physical at all, but the first sign of a direct spiritual attack on your energy? This is not a coincidence. You were guided here to this exact moment in space-time because your soul has been crying out for this transmission. There is a profound and unsettling exhaustion that has settled deep within your bones, a weariness that sleep cannot touch and that no doctor can diagnose. It is a spiritual fatigue, a bleeding of your life force, and you have felt it growing stronger with each passing week. You, the chosen one, the light worker, the starseed, you who came to this planet with a brilliant high-frequency light body designed to anchor love and elevate consciousness, are under attack. But this is not an attack with weapons you can see. It is a silent, insidious siege on your spirit, conducted by those who cannot generate their own light. I am talking about the energy vampires, the weak, fractured souls, who are drawn to your radiant essence like moths to a divine flame, and who are, consciously or unconsciously, draining you dry. This is a critical warning. The veil is thinning, and the energetic parasites have become more desperate, more cunning. It is time for you to understand the sacred mechanics of this warfare, and to finally, once and for all, learn to protect the divine power that is your birthright. Let us first speak of what you are. You are not like the others. You arrived on this plane with a surplus of spiritual energy. Your aura is not just a faint glow, it is a sun, a vibrant, multi-layered toroidal field of golden and crystalline light that hums at a frequency that is inherently healing to be around. This is your gift, and if left unguarded, your curse. People feel better just by standing near you. They feel seen, heard, and validated, without you even speaking a word. This is because your energy field automatically, by its very nature, attempts to raise the vibration of everything and everyone in its vicinity. It is an act of pure, unconditional love, hardwired into your spiritual DNA. But here is the secret: the universe is now demanding you learn that unconditional love was never meant to be an unconditional transfer of your vital life force. The people I speak of, the ones who leave you feeling hollowed out and depleted, have what can only be described as a fractured energy field. Their auras are dim, gray, and porous, riddled with energetic holes from past traumas, unhealed wounds, and a deep soul-level refusal to take responsibility for their own inner state. They are spiritual black holes in miniature, entities of lack. They do not know how to generate their own light, their own validation, their own joy. So, they have learned to siphon it from others. And you, chosen one, are their primary target. You are the five-star restaurant in a world of spiritual famine. The process is subtle, a silent transaction happening just beneath the veil of normal conversation. It begins with their neediness. They come to you with their endless problems, not for solutions, but for a place to dump their low vibrational sludge. They complain incessantly, trapping you in cycles of negativity. They trauma dump, hijacking your sacred empathetic heart and forcing you to hold their pain until you begin to mistake it for your own. They flatter you, telling you that you are the only one who understands, the only one who can help, making you feel special and indispensable, which is a clever trap for the ego. Each time you engage, each time you listen, each time you offer your precious energy without a sacred boundary, an etheric cord is formed. Imagine a tiny dark tendril extending from their solar plexus and hooking directly into yours. With every interaction, that cord becomes thicker, stronger. Through this cord they pull your vitality, your creativity, your optimism, and your peace. They feed on it, and for a short time they feel better. They feel a temporary surge, a flicker of light in their darkness. But you are left feeling inexplicably drained, irritable, anxious, and clouded. You may feel a strange pull in your gut, a sense of obligation or guilt when you think of them. That is the cord, tugging at you, demanding its next meal. This is not a metaphor. This is the literal mechanics of psychic vampirism. You have been programmed to believe that saying no is selfish, that setting a boundary is unkind. This is one of the greatest lies perpetrated by the shadow forces on this planet, to keep the lightworkers disarmed and depleted. Your empathy has been weaponized against you. You see their pain, and your divine programming screams, heal them, fix them, save them. But you are not here to be a lifeboat for those who refuse to swim. You are here to be a lighthouse. A lighthouse does not jump into the stormy seas to rescue sinking ships. A lighthouse stands firm on its rock, anchored in its own power, and shines its light so that others may find their own way to shore. By constantly giving your energy away to those who will not use it to heal themselves, you are dimming your own light, and you are robbing them of the crucial soul lesson of learning to generate their own. You are enabling their spiritual weakness. Your greatest act of service, your most profound act of love, both for yourself and for them, is to say no. No, I cannot listen to this negativity right now. No, I do not have the energetic capacity to hold your pain for you. No, I will not sacrifice my peace to manage your chaos. That no is a sacred sword of light. The moment you speak it with conviction, you sever the etheric cord. You reclaim your power instantly. The rush of energy returning to your system is palpable. It is a shockwave that reboots your entire spiritual matrix. This is the key. Your refusal is not a rejection, it is a realignment. It is a declaration to the universe that you understand your mission, that your energy is a divine resource, not a public utility. If you feel this truth resonating in the very core of your being, if you have felt that inexplicable drain and known, on some deep level, that your light was being stolen from you, I want you to pause and go to the comments right now. I want you to declare this to the cosmos, to your guides, and to your higher self. Type "I reclaim my power" in the comments below. Let this be an anchor point, a digital ritual that marks the beginning of your liberation. Type "I reclaim my power" and feel the shift as you do it. Now, let's talk about the signs. The red flags your spiritual body has been screaming at you. These are not psychological quirks. They are diagnostic symptoms of a compromised energy field. It begins with the body. Do you suffer from chronic fatigue that no amount of rest can cure? You wake up feeling more tired than when you went to bed. This is a primary indicator that your energy is being siphoned while you sleep, especially if you dream of the person who is draining you. Do you get sudden, piercing headaches during or after a conversation with a specific individual? That is your crown and third eye chakras being overwhelmed by their chaotic, low-frequency energy. Do you experience digestive issues, a knot in your stomach, or a feeling of nausea around certain people? That is your solar plexus, your center of personal power, being violated and drained. You might even feel a sudden chill, a drop in body temperature, as your life force is literally pulled from your physical vessel. These are not imagined. Your body is an instrument of divine perception, and it is telling you, in no uncertain terms, that you are under psychic attack. The emotional symptoms are just as devastating. You will find yourself feeling irritable, angry, and resentful for no apparent reason. This is often the energy of the vampire that has leached onto you. You are feeling their unprocessed rage and frustration. You might be a joyful, optimistic person by nature, but you suddenly find yourself plunged into inexplicable waves of sadness, anxiety, or even despair. Again, you are absorbing their emotional debris. The most dangerous symptom, however, is the loss of passion. The things that once lit you up, your art, your music, your spiritual practice, your connection to nature, suddenly feel dull and lifeless. The color drains from your world. This is because your creative energy, your divine spark, is the tastiest meal for an energy vampire. They are stealing the very essence that makes you who you are, leaving you a hollowed-out shell of your former self. You feel disconnected, uninspired, and lost. This is a state of spiritual emergency. It is the universe sending you its most urgent alarm bell. Your energy field has been breached, and your mission is in jeopardy. If you cannot hold your own light, you cannot shine it for the world. And why are you the target? Why you specifically? It is because of the purity and intensity of your light. You are a beacon in a world that is still shrouded in much shadow. Those who are lost, in pain, and spiritually adrift are drawn to you instinctively. Most of them do not even know what they are doing. Their inner void creates a powerful suction, and your overflowing wellspring of energy is the closest source to fill it. They are acting out of a deep, primal spiritual survival instinct. But then there are the others, the more conscious manipulators. These are the narcissists, the sociopaths, the souls who have willingly chosen the path of service to self. They know exactly what they are doing. They see your empathy, your kindness, and your desire to help not as virtues but as weaknesses to be exploited. They study you. They learn how to push your buttons, how to trigger your guilt, and how to make you feel responsible for their happiness. They are master predators in the energetic realms. They will mirror you, making you believe you found a soulmate, only to reveal their true nature once the cords are firmly attached. They will isolate you from your friends and family, making them your sole source of validation. The end goal is always the same: to drain your light, co-opt your power, and dim your connection to the divine, so that you are easier to control. Recognizing this pattern is not about judgment, it is about discernment. It is about honoring your sacred duty to protect the powerful and precious gift of light that you have been entrusted with. This is not a game, this is the great work, and your first lesson, the foundational initiation for every chosen one on this planet, is to master the art of the sacred no. It is the first step in reclaiming your sovereignty and stepping fully into the power you were born to wield. The sacred no is more than a word, it is a vibrational decree. It is a sonic frequency that emanates from your soul's core, a declaration of sovereignty that ripples through the quantum field and restructures the very fabric of your reality. But for so many of you, this decree feels lodged in your throat, blocked by lifetimes of programming that have taught you that your value is derived from your servitude. You have been trained to be the perpetual giver, the emotional caretaker, the one who smooths over every conflict and absorbs every ounce of pain in the room. This conditioning runs deep. It is a benevolent virus planted in the consciousness of lightworkers to keep you tethered, drained, and playing small. When you attempt to say no, a wave of guilt, shame, and fear washes over you. You worry. They will think I am selfish. They will be angry with me. They will abandon me. And the energy vampire, the weak soul, knows this. They depend on your fear of their reaction. They have built their entire survival strategy around your predictable, empathetic response. But what you must understand, at the most profound level of your being, is that a no that comes from a place of self-honor is the highest form of love there is. It is a divine act. When you say no to a dynamic that is draining you, you are simultaneously saying yes to your mission, yes to your mission, yes to your connection with Source, and yes to the divine light that you came here to anchor. Your energy is the most precious currency you possess. It is the fuel for your spiritual work. To give it away recklessly is not an act of kindness. It is an act of cosmic irresponsibility. To truly wield the sword of no, you must first be able to identify your opponent with crystalline clarity. The energy vampire is not a single entity. They wear many masks and employ a variety of subtle strategies to hook into your field. Let us illuminate these archetypes, so that you may never be deceived again. First, there is the most common and perhaps the most insidious, the victim vampire. This is the soul who lives in a perpetual state of poor me. Their life is a never-ending soap opera of tragedy, injustice, and misfortune. They approach you not for advice, but for an energetic dumping ground. They sigh heavily. They speak in a low melancholic tone. They sigh heavily. They speak in a low melancholic tone. They will tell you their story of woe, and your empathetic heart will ache for them. You will pour your light, your compassion, your energy into their bottomless pit of despair. But you will notice, nothing ever changes. They reject every solution you offer with a yes, but because they are not invested in healing, they are addicted to the sympathy they receive, which is a low-frequency substitute for true love and power. Being around them feels heavy, like walking through thick mud. After they leave, you feel a profound sense of exhaustion and a lingering sadness that is not your own. You have been drained by the gravitational pull of their self-pity. Then we have the more aggressive and overt drainer, the narcissist vampire. This is the controller, the interrogator, the critic. Their entire reality is built around their fragile ego, and they need a constant supply of energy, what is often called narcissistic supply, to keep it inflated. They will dominate every conversation, turning the topic back to themselves, their accomplishments, their opinions. They have no genuine interest in you or your life, except as it reflects back upon them. They will subtly belittle your achievements to make themselves feel superior. They will question your decisions, planting seeds of doubt to undermine your confidence and keep you reliant on their approval. This type of vampire drains you through your solar plexus, the seat of your personal power and self-worth. They attack your confidence because a confident chosen one is a sovereign being they cannot control. You will leave interactions with them feeling small, insecure, and questioning your own sanity. They create a vortex of drama and intensity, and your emotional reaction is their 5-course meal. They feed on your anger, your frustration, and your confusion. They are the puppet masters, and they drain you by pulling on your emotional strings until you are too exhausted to see the manipulation for what it is. We must also speak of the drama vampire. This individual is addicted to chaos. If there is no crisis, they will create one. They thrive on adrenaline and intensity, and they are masters at roping you into their theatrical productions. They will call you in a panic, speaking in rushed, breathless tones about the latest catastrophe. They gossip, they stir up trouble. They pit people against each other, and they sit back and feast on the resulting emotional fallout. Your peace is poison to them. Your calm, stable energy field is a direct threat to their chaotic existence. So, they will do everything they can to disrupt it. They will provoke you, push your buttons, and try to incite a reaction. Your gasp, your shock, your anger. This is the energy they consume. They are emotional arsonists, and they are drawn to your light because it is the biggest, brightest thing to burn. You will feel agitated and on edge in their presence, your nervous system hijacked by their manufactured urgency. After they are gone, it will take you hours, sometimes days, to return to your natural state of equilibrium. You have been pulled from your center and drained by the whirlwind of their perpetual storm. Finally, and perhaps the most difficult to contend with, is the innocent vampire. This can be a beloved family member, a longtime friend, or even a spouse. They don't mean you harm, and they may not be conscious of what they are doing. They are simply so mired in their own fear, anxiety, negativity, or physical ailment that their very presence lowers your vibration. They complain constantly about the state of the world, about their health, about their finances. They live in a state of lack and fear, and because you love them, you open your heart and your field to them completely. You sit and listen for hours, absorbing their dense, heavy energy out of a sense of duty or love. You want to help them, to uplift them, but their energetic signature is so strong that they instead pull you down into their frequency. This is the most painful drain of all, because it is wrapped in the guise of love and obligation. If you have recognized one or more of these archetypes in your life, if a face or a name has flashed in your mind's eye as I have been speaking, know that this is your spirit guide confirming the truth of this transmission. This awareness is the first and most critical step. I want you to anchor this newfound clarity. Go to the comments right now and type, "I see clearly now." Declare that the veil of illusion has been lifted from your eyes. Affirm that you will no longer be a willing participant in these draining dynamics. Type, "I see clearly now," and feel your third eye activate with this powerful decree. Now that you can see, we must arm you. The protection of your energy field is not a passive wish, it is an active daily spiritual practice. It is a non-negotiable act of self-love and mission alignment. The first and most fundamental tool is the visualization of your energetic shield. This is not child's play. This is quantum physics. Your focused intention is the most powerful force in the universe. So every morning, before you even look at your phone or engage with the outside world, I want you to perform this activation. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. With each breath, imagine you are pulling pure golden white light from the great central sun down through the top of your head, your crown chakra. Feel this light fill every cell of your body, pushing out any stagnant or foreign energy. Now visualize this light expanding outwards from your heart center, forming a perfect multi-dimensional sphere around your entire body. This is not a flimsy soap bubble. See it as a shield of crystalline, mirrored light. The outside is like a flawless mirror, so that any negative, draining, or intrusive energy that is sent your way, be it conscious or unconscious, is instantly reflected back to its source, transmuted into love and returned to the sender for their own healing. The inside of this bubble is semi-permeable, allowing your own love and light to flow outwards, but only that which you consciously choose to send. See this shield. Feel it. Know that it is real and that it is impenetrable. Set the intention, only energies of the highest divine love and light may enter my field today. My energy is sovereign. My power is my own. And so it is. This shield is your first line of defense, but what about the cords that have already been attached from past interactions? These must be severed daily. The most powerful ally you have in this work is Archangel Michael, the great protector and defender of the light. His energy is that of the divine masculine, of unwavering strength and absolute truth. Before you go to sleep each night, call upon him. You can say it out loud or in your mind. Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. I ask that you use your sword of blue flame light to cut and dissolve any and all etheric cords that are not of the highest divine love and light, which are draining my life force and connecting me to people, places, or situations that no longer serve my highest good. As you say this, visualize a magnificent towering angel of brilliant cobalt blue light standing before you. See him wield a sword made of pure living flame. Surrender completely, and watch as he moves around your energy body, slicing through every dark tendril, every parasitic attachment. You may feel a tingling sensation, a sudden feeling of lightness, or a wave of emotion as these cords are severed. See them instantly dissolve into light, their power over you gone forever. Thank him for his assistance. This simple 2-minute ritual is one of the most powerful acts of spiritual hygiene you can perform. It ensures you go into your dream state clear and sovereign, preventing further siphoning while you are unconscious, and allowing your spiritual body to truly rest, recharge, and receive divine guidance. This is not just about blocking others out, it is about creating a sacred, consecrated space within your own being where your soul can flourish, safe and undisturbed. This is your responsibility. This is your power, and the time to claim it is now. We have identified the enemy and we have armed you with the foundational tools of shielding and cord cutting. These are your daily spiritual armor. But now we must go deeper. We must move from a purely defensive posture to one of divine proactive sovereignty. This is about more than just deflecting attacks, it is about restructuring your energy field from the inside out, so that it becomes inherently inhospitable to parasitic energies. A chosen one who has fully claimed their power does not need to constantly fight off vampires, because vampires cannot survive in their high-frequency presence. Their light is so bright, so coherent, so radically self-sourced, that it literally repels and dissolves low-vibrational attachments on contact. This is the state of being you are moving toward. This is your divine inheritance. The journey there requires a radical and unflinching commitment to what I call energetic integrity. This means becoming a fierce, conscious gatekeeper of your own sacred temple, which is your body, your mind, your emotions, and your spirit. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every person you allow into your inner circle, and every piece of content you consume must be evaluated through a single lens. Does this elevate my frequency, or does it diminish it? Let us begin with the gateway of your mind. Your thoughts are not passive, private events. Each thought is a living, breathing, vibrational frequency that you broadcast out into the universe and simultaneously infuse into your own energy field. An energy vampire's most cunning strategy is to get you to do their work for them by infecting your mind with their low vibrational thought forms. After an encounter with a victim vampire, you may find yourself replaying their sad stories in your head for hours, feeling their despair as if it were your own. After a run-in with a narcissist vampire, you might spend the rest of the day obsessing over their criticism, your mind trapped in a loop of self-doubt and justification. This is a form of psychic malware. They have installed their negative programming into your mental operating system, and it is now draining your energy from the inside. The practice of mindfulness, of radical presence, is your antivirus software. You must become the silent watcher of your thoughts. When a negative, draining thought loop begins, you must catch it. You must see it not as you but as a foreign entity, and you must declare, with the authority of your higher self, "This is not my energy. I do not consent to this frequency. I release this thought form now." And then you must consciously and deliberately replace it. Shift your focus to gratitude. Think of 3 things, right now, that you are genuinely grateful for. Feel the emotion of that gratitude swell in your heart. Gratitude is one of the highest frequencies available to us. It is impossible to be in a state of gratitude and a state of low vibrational drain simultaneously. The frequencies are incompatible. By choosing gratitude, you are actively flushing the parasitic thought forms from your system and recalibrating your mental field to a vibration of abundance and divine connection. Next, we must address the power of your words. Your voice is a creative instrument of immense power. The words you speak are incantations that shape your reality. One of the primary ways chosen ones leak their power is through engaging in low vibrational speech. This includes gossiping, complaining, and speaking ill of others. When you gossip, you are willingly tuning your own sacred vocal instrument to the frequency of someone else's drama and lack. You are creating energetic chords to that situation and allowing its chaotic energy to flow through you. Complaining is a prayer for more of what you don't want. When you constantly speak of your problems, your exhaustion, your frustrations, you are reinforcing those very energies in your field, making you a more resonant match for the energy vampires who feed on that frequency. You must put your words on a sacred diet. Before you speak, ask yourself, are these words coming from a place of love, truth, and empowerment? Will they raise the vibration of the person I am speaking to, and will they raise my own? This does not mean you must engage in toxic positivity or deny your feelings. It is about discernment. There is a vast difference between authentically expressing a challenge to a trusted confidant in the spirit of healing and growth, and indulging in the repetitive draining cycle of complaining for the sake of getting attention. Make a conscious vow to use your voice to speak life, to speak blessings, to speak your desired reality into existence. When someone tries to pull you into gossip or a complaint fest, you have the power to gracefully redirect the conversation. You can say, "That sounds like a really challenging situation. What's something that's going well for you right now?" You will be amazed at how quickly this simple shift repels those who are addicted to negativity. They will find you boring, and that chosen one is a profound victory. If this concept of sacred speech resonates with you, if you are ready to commit to using your voice as a tool for creation rather than a vessel for draining energies, I invite you now to make another declaration. Go to the comments and type, "My words create worlds." Feel the power in that statement. Own the reality that your voice is a magic wand, capable of weaving realities of light and abundance. Type, "My words create worlds," as a promise to yourself to speak only that which empowers and uplifts. Now, let us turn to the physical realm and the concept of sacred space. Your home should be your sanctuary, your energetic recharging station. Yet for many of you, your home has been contaminated by the energetic residue of the vampires in your life. Every time a person enters your space, they leave an energetic imprint behind. A negative, draining person can leave a thick, sticky residue of low vibrational energy that lingers long after they are gone, subtly draining the life force from the environment and from you. You may feel it as a sense of heaviness in the air, a feeling of being watched, or an inability to relax in your own home. You must regularly and ritually cleanse your space. This is non-negotiable spiritual hygiene. The simplest and one of the most effective methods is smudging with sacred plants like white sage, palo santo, or cedar. As you light the sage, set a clear intention: I cleanse this space of all energies that are not of the highest divine love and light. All parasitic attachments, all negative thought forms, all heavy emotional residue is now cleared, cleansed, and transmuted into light. This is my sacred space, a temple of light and peace. Walk through every room, paying special attention to corners where energy can stagnate, and use a feather or your hand to waft the smoke into every nook and cranny. As you do this, keep your windows open so the negative energy has a path to exit. Sound can also be a powerful cleanser. Using a singing bowl tingshas, or even playing high-frequency music like solfeggio frequencies can break up dense stagnant energy and restore harmony to your environment. Creating a sacred high-vibration home makes it an uncomfortable place for low-vibration people to be. They will feel agitated, antsy, and will want to leave quickly, often without knowing why. You are turning your home into a fortress of light that naturally repels the forces of drain. Beyond cleansing, you must become a fierce guardian of who you allow to cross your threshold. Not everyone has earned the right to enter your sacred space. An invitation into your home is an invitation into your energy field. Before you invite someone over, pause and check in with your body. How does the thought of this person being in your home make you feel? Do you feel expansive, light, and joyful? Or do you feel a sense of contraction, dread, or obligation in your gut? Your body knows. Your intuition is your divine guidance system. Trust its wisdom above all else. Learning to say, "I'd love to see you, but my home is my quiet sanctuary right now. Perhaps we could meet for a coffee instead," is a powerful act of boundary setting. You are not rejecting the person, you are protecting your sacred space. This practice of conscious gatekeeping extends to your digital spaces as well. Your social media feed, your email inbox, the news you consume, these are all portals through which energy can enter your field. Unfollow the accounts that thrive on drama, outrage, and fear. Mute the friend who uses their platform as a public diary for their endless victimhood narrative. Be ruthless in curating your digital environment to be a source of inspiration, upliftment, and high vibrational information. Every time you consciously choose to disengage from digital negativity, you are reclaiming a piece of your power and closing another door through which energy vampires can access you. This is how you build an impenetrable fortress of light, not just around your body, but around your entire life. It is a moment-by-moment practice of choosing the light, choosing your peace, and choosing your mission above all else. You have begun to build your fortress. You have learned to cleanse your sacred space, to curate your digital life, and to wield your words as instruments of creation. You are becoming a conscious gatekeeper of your reality. And yet there may be moments when, despite your best efforts, you feel a breach. A particular person, a specific comment, still manages to get under your skin, to find a crack in your armor, and drain your precious life force. You wonder, why? I did the shielding. I cleansed my home. Why do I still feel this pull of guilt? Why does their disapproval still sting? This chosen one is where we must go to the very heart of the matter. The most formidable fortress can be brought down not by an army outside its walls, but by a traitor within. We must now turn our gaze inward and confront the parts of ourselves that are, unconsciously, in allegiance with the energy vampire. This is the shadow work of the empath, the healing of the wounded healer. For the truth is, an energy vampire can only plug into a socket that you are already providing. It is time to find those sockets and seal them forever. This is not for everyone, it's for the chosen, who are ready to change their reality. I released a members-only deep briefing called You Are Gent Alert. September 21st, 22, new moon is about to change everything. In that video, I reveal the exact activations and protections you must do. Click the description link or the pinned comment and watch it before the energy lands. If you skip this window, you may never get this same upgrade. This inner traitor is not a malicious entity. It is your own unhealed pain. It is a collection of deeply embedded energetic wounds and false beliefs you have carried, perhaps for lifetimes, about your own worth and purpose. These wounds act like resonant frequencies. When an energy vampire broadcasts their frequency of lack, of victimhood, of neediness, it pings against these unhealed parts of you, and a connection is instantly, automatically established. The most common and potent of these is the savior wound. As a chosen one, you are hardwired to help, to heal, to serve. This is a divine and beautiful impulse. But the shadow side of this impulse is the belief that your worth is conditional upon your ability to rescue others. You feel a compulsive need to fix broken people, believing that if you just pour enough of your light, your love, your energy into them, you can heal their darkness. The energy vampire senses this wound from a mile away. They present their brokenness to you like a sacred offering, knowing it is the one thing you cannot resist, and in your attempt to save them, you sacrifice yourself, bleeding your energy into a void that can never be filled, because the only person who can save them is themselves. Healing this wound requires a radical redefinition of helping. You must understand that true help is not doing the work for them. It is holding the light so they can see how to do the work for themselves. Your greatest service is to be a model of sovereignty, not a mat of servitude. Closely tied to this is the unworthiness wound. This is the deep, often subconscious belief that you are not inherently worthy of love, peace, and abundance. You believe, on some level, that you must earn it through constant giving and self-sacrifice. When you try to set a boundary, this wound whispers insidious lies into your ear. Who are you to have peace when they are suffering? Who are you to say no? You are being selfish. A truly spiritual person would give everything. This is the frequency of martyrdom, and it is a feast for the energy vampire. They will expertly manipulate this wound, using your own sense of spiritual duty against you. They will make you feel that your refusal to be drained is a moral failing. You must anchor into the unshakable, non-negotiable truth of your own divinity. Your worth is not earned, it is innate. It was bestowed upon you by Source at the moment of your creation. Your peace is not a luxury, it is a prerequisite for your mission. You are worthy of a full cup, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Meditate on this truth. Write it down. Speak it aloud. My peace is my purpose. I am worthy of my own energy. Repeat it until it sinks from your mind into the very marrow of your bones, overwriting the false programming of unworthiness. And then there is the fear of conflict wound. Many lightworkers are profoundly gentle souls. You are harmonizers by nature. The frequency of anger, of conflict, of confrontation is deeply unsettling to your finely tuned nervous system. You would rather sacrifice your own needs, your own energy, your own truth, than to have someone be angry with me. The energy vampire knows this and exploits it relentlessly. They know that if they push back, if they create a little drama, if they act offended or hurt, you will likely capitulate and give them what they want just to restore the peace. But the peace you are restoring is false. It is the silence of subjugation, not the harmony of authentic connection. Healing this wound means making friends with discomfort. It means learning that another person's emotional reaction is not your responsibility. You must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing for them to be angry. You must love your own inner peace more than you fear their outer chaos. The moment you stand in your truth and say no, and you hold your ground even when they react negatively, you are rewiring your entire energetic and neurological system. You are teaching yourself, on a cellular level, that you can survive their disapproval, and in doing so, you become untouchable. If you have felt the sting of these wounds within your own being, if you recognize these patterns of self-sacrifice, and the fear of setting boundaries, then this is a moment of profound awakening for you. This is the key to your ultimate freedom. I want you to honor this realization with a sacred act. Go to the comments and declare, "I heal myself first." This is not a selfish statement. It is the most spiritually responsible declaration you can make. It is an acknowledgement that you cannot pour from an empty vessel, and that your primary responsibility is to the divine light that you carry. Type, "I heal myself first," and feel the compassionate energy of your own higher self flooding your being, giving you permission to finally attend to your own sacred wounds. To aid in this deep inner healing, you must cultivate the practice of what I call somatic sovereignty. This is the art of listening to the primal, infallible wisdom of your body. Your body is a divine instrument of perception. It cannot be lied to, and it will never lie to you. It is your built-in, early warning system for energetic drain. You must learn to listen to its subtle whispers before they become desperate screams. Before you answer a phone call from a person you know is draining, pause. Close your eyes. Scan your body. What do you feel? Is there a tightening in your chest? A clenching in your gut? A sense of dread that makes your shoulders slump? That is your body's no. That is your soul speaking to you through the language of sensation. During a conversation, if you suddenly feel a chill, a wave of fatigue, or a subtle pressure behind your eyes, that is your body telling you that a drain is in progress. Your mind may try to rationalize it away, but your body knows the energetic truth. The practice is to honor the body's wisdom above the mind's programming. When your body says no, you must learn to obey. This may mean cutting the conversation short. It was so good to hear from you, but I have to run now. It may mean not picking up the phone at all and sending a text later when you feel more resourced. Somatic sovereignty is about trusting that the intelligence within your cells is far older and wiser than the social conditioning in your brain. Finally, you must consecrate the practice of sacred solitude. For the chosen one, solitude is not loneliness. It is a vital and non-negotiable spiritual nutrient. It is the space where you can finally hear your own energy. In the constant presence of others, your empathetic field is always busy processing their thoughts, their emotions, their needs. It is like trying to hear a beautiful, subtle melody in the middle of a noisy construction site. You must regularly and deliberately retreat from the noise. This is your time to disconnect from the collective and reconnect with Source. In solitude, you can perform your energetic hygiene. You can scan your field and feel for any residual energies that are not your own. You can journal to untangle your feelings from the feelings you've absorbed from others. You can sit in silence and allow your guides and higher self to speak to you without interruption. This sacred time alone is when you integrate your healing, recharge your spiritual batteries, and receive clear guidance on your mission. Protect your solitude as fiercely as a dragon guards its gold, for it is in that quiet, sacred space that you remember the truth of who you are, not a victim to be drained, but a sovereign being of immense light and power. This deep, internal work is the true foundation upon which an unshakable fortress of light is built. It ensures that when you step into the world, you are not just shielded, but whole. We have journeyed far. We have illuminated the shadows, identified the archetypes of the drainers, and armed you with the sacred tools of shielding, cord cutting, and energetic integrity. You now understand that protecting your power is not a selfish act, but a sacred duty. But now we arrive at the final initiation, the capstone of this entire teaching. It is the art of transmutation. This is the advanced practice, the spiritual black belt move of the fully empowered chosen one. It is the ability to not just repel or block negative energy, but to alchemize it. It is to stand in the presence of a draining individual, to feel their low-frequency broadcast aimed directly at you, and to use your own powerful heart-centered field to transform that energy on the spot, using it as fuel for your own spiritual growth and the upliftment of the collective. This is the ultimate power, to be a walking, talking vortex of divine alchemy, so sovereign in your own light that the darkness of others serves only to make you shine brighter. This is not a state you can force. It is a state you must grow into. It is the natural result of diligently practicing everything we have discussed. The engine of this transmutation is the heart chakra, the anahata. Your heart center is not just a pump for blood. It is a quantum generator, an interdimensional portal capable of broadcasting a coherent electromagnetic field that is thousands of times more powerful than that of the brain. The frequency of this field is determined by your emotional state. When you are in a state of fear, anger, guilt, or shame, the very emotions the energy vampire seeks to trigger in you, your heart field becomes chaotic, incoherent, and weak. It becomes vulnerable to penetration. But when you are in a state of authentic, unconditional love, compassion, gratitude, or joy, your heart generates a powerful, harmonious, and highly coherent toroidal field. This field is your ultimate shield and your most potent transmutational tool. It is a force field of pure, high-frequency light that nothing of a lower vibration can penetrate. The key, then, is to learn how to consciously activate and sustain this coherent heart state, especially when you are under psychic attack. Imagine this scenario. You are cornered at a family gathering by the quintessential victim vampire. They begin their monologue of misery, their litany of complaints. The old you would have stood there, absorbing it all, your energy levels plummeting with each pathetic sigh. But the new you, the alchemist, does something radically different. As they speak, you do not engage with the content of their words. Instead, you bring your full awareness to your own body. You anchor yourself in the present moment. You feel your feet firmly planted on the ground, drawing stable, loving energy up from the earth. You take a slow, silent breath and bring your attention directly to the center of your chest, to your heart space. You call to mind something or someone that fills you with a profound and genuine sense of love and gratitude. It could be a beloved pet, a beautiful memory of being in nature, the face of a child. It must be real. Feel the warmth of that loving emotion begin to glow in your chest. Now consciously breathe into that warmth, fanning the flame. With each inhale, you draw more divine light into your heart. With each exhale, you radiate that coherent loving frequency outwards, expanding it until it fills your entire auric field. From within this powerful self-generated field of heart coherence, you now look at the person before you. But you do not see them as a vampire. You see them through the eyes of Source. You see a wounded soul, a fractured being trapped in a painful loop of their own creation. You see their inner child, crying out for the love and validation they do not know how to give themselves. And from your overflowing heart, you send them a silent wave of pure, impersonal, unconditional love. This is not the codependent, sacrificial love of the empath who gives their life force away. This is the detached, sovereign compassion of a master. You are not giving them your energy. You are holding such a high frequency of love that you are simply reminding their soul of its own divine nature. You are not trying to fix them, save them, or even change them. You are simply holding your light, unwavering. The effect of this is astonishing. The low-frequency energy they are broadcasting hits your coherent heart field and is instantly neutralized, or even better, transmuted. It's like throwing a bucket of dirty water into a blazing furnace. It is instantly vaporized into steam. The vampire will become deeply uncomfortable. Your lack of emotional reaction, your serene and unshakable peace, offers them nothing to hook into. Their cords of attachment find no purchase on your smooth, crystalline shield of love. They will either unconsciously feel their own vibration beginning to lift in your presence, causing them to feel exposed and vulnerable, or they will become agitated and instinctively move away to find an easier target. You have won the energetic battle without ever lifting a sword. You have conquered through the sheer power of your own radiant, self-sourced love. This is the work. This is the path of the spiritual master. It is to meet every ounce of darkness, not with resistance, but with a greater and more integrated light. It is to understand that those who seek to drain you are your greatest teachers. They are the grit in the oyster that forces you to create the pearl of your own sovereignty. They are the universe's personal trainers, sent to test the strength of your boundaries and the coherence of your heart. When you can stand in the face of the most draining energy and not lose one iota of your own peace, you have graduated. You have passed the initiation. You are no longer a victim of energy vampires. You have become a beacon of transformation. This level of mastery requires practice. It requires you to stop seeing yourself as a fragile being in need of protection, and to start seeing yourself as the powerful creator you truly are. You are a fragment of God, a spark of the divine, source energy embodied in human form. There is no external force in this universe that is more powerful than the light you hold within. The only way you can be drained is if you, on some level, consent to it. by leaving your boundaries porous, by engaging in low vibrational thoughts and speech, by allowing your heart field to become incoherent through fear and guilt, you are giving your power away. The moment you stop consenting is the moment you become invincible. As we bring this transmission to a close, I want you to feel the truth of these words settle into your bones. This knowledge was not brought to you by accident. It was a divine appointment, scheduled by your soul, before you ever incarnated. This is your wake-up call. The age of the depleted, disempowered lightworker is over. A new paradigm is dawning, one that calls for the chosen ones to rise up in their full power, with radiant energy fields, unshakable boundaries, and hearts blazing with the fire of divine alchemy. Your mission is too important to be derailed by the petty psychic attacks of fractured souls. The world does not need another martyr. It needs living masters. It needs you fully energized, fully sovereign, and shining your unique light with unapologetic brilliance. This is your time. Step into your power, reclaim your energy, fulfill your destiny. The universe is waiting. All of creation is cheering you on. You are loved, you are guided, and you are infinitely powerful. This is the final and most important declaration I will ask of you. It is the culmination of all that we have explored. It is your vow to your soul and your contract with the cosmos. Go to the comments for one last time and type with all the conviction of your being, I am sovereign, I am light. Let these words be the seal upon this sacred teaching. Let them be the frequency you carry out into the world. Let them be the truth that guides your every thought, word, and action from this moment forward. Type I am sovereign, I am light, and feel the reality of that statement click into place within every cell of your body. Know it, be it, live it, and so it is.